Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching. This is Running on Empty Food Review, and I am your host, the Report of the Week. Now, obviously, when it comes down to food reviews, what I have been doing as of late, most certainly, is a lot of the newest releases from, your major chains. Whether it's a pizza, or it's a burger, or it's a sandwich, or if it's a pizza burger sandwich, or if it's a sandwich that looks like a pizza, but it's really still a sandwich, or if it's a pizza that's just a pizza, or anything in between. Usually that's what I do. But of course, a food review, it's a food review. Could be anything. Anything that is defined as food. And of course, you could be getting into some gray area there. But really, I started this series and will continue to maintain it as so, to review any sort of food. And today's item is an interesting puree that I discovered from the brand called Gerber. And it says it's an apple, strawberry, banana, essentially puree. And it's just a three kind of fruit combination. Here it is. Here's the packaging. I think this kind of just tells it to you right there. It's a puree, 2-for-1 deal, kind of. So it comes in its own individualized tubs, you can say. But this is Gerber apple, strawberry, banana, non-GMO. Says the goodness inside. Comes with half apple, 1/2 apple, 1 strawberry, 1/10 banana. So you could see it's not quite equal there, but one might pack a greater flavor punch than the other, so to speak. Now anyway, let me just adjust this right here. There we go. Now it's looking good. It says, let's see what the ingredients are at least. Ingredients: apples, strawberries, fully ripened bananas, banana puree concentrate, water, vitamin C, ascorbic acid. Let's see what else. This one was interesting. It says spoon feeding helps your baby coordinate his lips, tongue, and cheeks. A big job for a new eater. Well, it's actually very kind of them to kind of even provide those eating instructions for you. You don't really see too many products that do that anymore, so that was interesting right there. Anyway, let's open this up, and let's see what we got. Here's one of the little tubs. Now, these can be prepared in a variety of ways. It could be served warm, could be served cold, it can be served as is. It says to warm, remove plastic lid, put it on high for 15 seconds in the microwave, and then stir. Okay. And could, as I said, could be served room temperature or warmed. Alright, again, this is three helpings: apple, strawberry, and banana. So this is what it looks like up close, as you can see right there. On the lid, what does it say here? I guess these are some of the customer feedback that they're kind of promoting. Our tiny taste testers, right there, you can see. There it is. I guess those are their valued customers. And let's open this up. Take the lid off. At least you could put the lid back on. That's pretty good. And this is the fun part. We got this seal here, which I think my nails would be perfect for opening, but I worry about it kind of shooting everywhere, so we'll see what we could do with that. This is going to be the fun part, but it'll get done. If I have to sit here for 5 minutes trying to open this thing, well, then that's what we got to do. So now you can watch the problem-solving process at work. Well, how do we open this? What do we do? How do we get this thing open? Well, I suppose if all else fails and logic and reason have betrayed us. No, here we go. Here we go. See, this is why I keep the nails long for things like this. Perfect for it. I'm trying to open it nice and slow. Here's the grand reveal. There went a little bit of it. It's alright. And here we go. Okay. Sorry about that there. As you could hear, the engine is making some very interesting noises, and I'm going to get that checked out anyway. But, so here's we're just leaving where we left off. I'm going to take this off, and I'm trying to figure out how to avert complete disaster, because I don't want to get this on the suit, and they really did get this as a very strong adhesive. I'll tell you, I'll give them credit for that. Alright, there we go with that. Alright, so this is a strawberry banana apple puree from Gerber. And, you might be wondering, well, why exactly are you trying this out? I mean, what's the end game here? Well, I believe, just like how they say, there's a common saying out there that goes, at a restaurant, the kids' meal isn't only for kids, right? You could be, any age and you could still get something off the kids' meal. Just because this is baby food doesn't mean you have to be only a baby to eat it. A lot of people, I don't think they really realize anything that's a puree is essentially this exact same thing. But to get to my exact specific case in point, I got some dental work done recently. Teeth are sensitive. Sometimes when the stomach is sensitive too, you want to get nutrients. You want to get kind of that energy, some healthy food, some healthy eating. And sometimes, especially, as I said, when your teeth are really bothering you, when it kind of hurts to eat those real solid foods, Gerber is always there to save the day. I'm going to follow the instructions and just going to stir it up a little bit. Spoon not included, so if you want to eat this like on your lunch break, you'll have to bring your own spoon, I'm afraid. They don't include one. And we're just stirring it up. That's what the instructions even said to do, to stir it up. So, stirring it up. Can really smell the apple in this. Not too much the strawberry or the banana, just the apple this time around. And I would say it's pretty much stirred now. Let's give it a taste. I'm going to take little spoonfuls, little bit by little bit. And, we'll see how it tastes. Now again, this is going to be strawberry, apple, banana puree. It sounds pretty good. Sounds like it's a good combination of some good stuff, but if it's repulsive, I'll tell you it is. But if it's delicious, I'll tell you that too. So anyway, some strawberry, apple, banana puree by this Gerber brand going in. Stir it up a little more. It's interesting. Right now, I'll already be straight up honest with you. The marketing, again, it says 1/2 apple, 1 strawberry, 1/10 banana. And one of these 3 flavors is a lot more evident than the other 2. And I'll tell you which one it is in a few seconds to just get that, to just drive up, now you're on the edge of your seat, you're thinking to yourself, well, shoot, which flavor is it, which one? So start taking bets. I'm going to take another spoonful of this, and we'll see which one comes out to be correct. We're just driving up the anticipation here to astronomical levels. Well, for those of you who guessed that the banana would be the strongest, you're wrong. And for those of you who guessed the strawberry one would be the strongest, you too, sadly, are incorrect. And I know a lot of people were putting the money on the strawberry one because they said there was one whole strawberry in there, and I bet that's what everyone went with. But you're wrong, I'm afraid. When I tried this one out, now the texture, of course, texturally, as I said, it's like a puree. It's just very smooth. It's not watery, though. Imagine if you didn't stir this up, because the directions explicitly state that you need to stir it up. You need to stir it up, because otherwise, if you just eat it as is, it might be a little watery on the top, and you got to mix it all together. And if you mix it all together and stir it up correctly, and you do a sufficient job with that, then it should come out as a puree, where it's just really smooth. It's not too chunky. It's not liquidy either. It's just really smooth. That's how this one was, again, but you need to stir it up first. Take, even just 30 seconds to stir it in a little circular motion, so make sure that it's all mixed up nice and good, and hopefully to get that good balance of flavors in there as well. Now, the prevailing flavor in this one, though, interestingly enough, was the apple. Now, again, they market this one, even on the package here, apple, strawberry, banana. So when they say that, yes, you would go in there expecting it to have apple flavor, but you would also expect it to have that strawberry banana mix as well. And when I saw this, I was expecting it to really be a mixture of all three. A little smorgasbord, as they say, of all three. And I was kind of thinking, well, I wonder, this sounds interesting. I wonder how it would taste. But I was trying it out, and the one flavor that kept coming to me was the apple. And I was taking spoonful after spoonful. I was thinking, well, where's the banana? Where is that going to make an appearance? Where's the strawberry? Because as I was trying this out, all that I could really taste was the apple. And it's a very strong apple flavor. I know not everyone's a big, keen fan of apple, but that is by far the prevailing flavor. I bet if this was marketed as just an apple puree, and it had the same exact ingredients, people wouldn't even be able to tell. They wouldn't say, wait a minute, I taste a little banana in here. I taste a little bit of strawberry. I think the apple flavor is by far the strongest in this, and that's a little disappointing, if you ask me. I say that because Gerber already has exclusively apple flavor purees out there that they market. That all it is apple. Whereas this one, I got it specifically because it was a three blend. It was a mixture. So I was kind of looking forward to trying some of the banana and some of the strawberry, but really all that I could taste here is the apple. Now the price for these, I believe, was around $1.50 for two of them, though the price can fluctuate because this is sold at a variety of chains. This one I got specifically at Target, but you could find this at Walmart. You might be able to find it at CVS. You might find it from an online retailer. So just like kind of some of the energy drinks that I review, or I might get it at a certain gas station that's marketing it at a certain price. Prices may vary. Keep that in mind. Therefore, out of 10, what am I going to be rating the Gerber apple, strawberry, banana puree mix? Well, out of 10, I'm going to be giving this one, I'm going to give it a 6.7 out of 10. And the reason why I'm giving it that rating, again, I think it tastes good for what it is. I think, as I said, it's a good puree, very strong, rich apple flavor to it. But unfortunately, because it was being marketed to have two other flavors that really weren't as present as I had hoped it to be, that's why it has the rating that it has. All right, on a final note, one thing that I do want to bring to everyone's attention that's been around for a while but hasn't really, I haven't really made anything about it. If you're interested, I have an Amazon affiliate store. Now what that is, it's at amazon.com/shop/the report of the week. And if you've been with this channel long enough, you hear my ranting and raving about, getting a shortwave radio or, getting this or getting that if you're interested in. This place is it's an online page with various products that are all organized and listed, and if you see anything that you're interested in it, you could get it, and it's also a way that in doing so can help this channel out. But anyway, it's something you could just browse around, see what's there, and I'd recommend checking it out if you have the time and interest in doing so. But you could find the links to that in the description, in the cards, and again, if you're interested, you could check that out. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll be seeing you in the near future with another video. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'm your host, the Report of the Week.